What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another game analysis video. In this game, my team, the Charleston Battery, are taking on Birmingham Legion FC in Birmingham, Alabama. A couple of big things happened this game. For one, I was actually named captain because our current captain is out with a hamstring issue. He's nursing a hamstring thing, so I got the captain's armband for this game. And then I actually was also voted man of the match by my own team. The full man of the match for the entire game went to a Birmingham Legion player, Prosper Kasim, because he had a fantastic game. But it was cool to be kind of noticed by the Charleston Battery to be the man of the match. Here is our lineup going into this game. The only thing that's wrong is that I'm actually playing right back and Weber is playing left back. I can see how they got that wrong, though, because I had played left back the previous 2 or 3 games, so I'm sure they're kind of going off those ones. Anyway, here is the start of the game. Birmingham Legion's in black, starting with the ball, and my team is in white on the left side of your screen. Birmingham Legion opts to go to the right side, and then they try to go long, trying to find Enzo Martinez. Leland does a good job just to head that out, and despite getting a little sketchy there, nothing bad happened. Here's my first defensive action in the game. I'm going to pause it real quick. Marlon, the guy who I'm going up against, was one of my old teammates. I've played against him for like 3 years, played with him for 3 years at Tulsa. A really close friend of mine, but it was a fun battle between the two of us this game. So anyway, I'm starting to apply a little bit of pressure to Marlon, and I also want to force that ball wide. So coming out, breaking down though, slowing down, and then going with him with his momentum and just waiting for a mistake or for him to move. Because he's waiting for me to lunge in, I'm just staying back, waiting, holding my run, because I know as soon as I take one step out, Marlon's going to take a big touch past me and then go down the line just like that. However, since I didn't lunge in, I'm able to keep up with him, follow him. He does a little fake there, which I do a good job to stay with him, and then his touch is just a little heavy and goes out for a goal kick. So first defensive action in the game so far, a good one. Now Booth has the ball. He's driving forward. You can see right here, he recognizes this pocket of space, this window between Marlon and their center mid Asidu, and then I'm just going to fly forward into that space, collect that ball forward, pick up my head, and now I see Aiden Apodaca checking. He's off the screen, but he's checking in towards me. He wants the ball to his feet, so I'm going to play it down to his feet, and then a little mistouch there, mispass there, out of bounds. Here's Van Okel with the punt, and then it's just me and Marlon going up 1v1, and the header lost that duel. Marlon's pretty decent headers, despite only being like 5'9", 5'10", but he can get up definitely. Next play, ball's going to come out to me immediately, just checking over my shoulder, trying to find where Marlon is, if I have time to bring this down, take a touchdown and settle it, or if he's right on my back. I notice that I have lots of time, I can bring it down, and then I'm trying to see Augie, what his movement is. Is he checking in towards me, want it to his feet, or is he running off in behind? He's running off towards the corner flag, so I'm just going to curl that ball down. Barely kept that in, needed a little bit more curl on that, but it was a good play, good run, and it ended up with a throw-in right here. Kind of a cluster right here. Ball's bouncing around. Nobody can really gain control of it. And then it pops out to Marlon. Immediately, it's just recovery run. So I'm sprinting this direction straight back to my goal. And I'm telling Leland to hold, because I think I can get back and recover. And now Leland can get back in a more central position. And now it's just about delaying, delay as much as I can. I don't want to step in, don't want to get beat. So I'm just backpedaling and forcing that ball sideways or back. And now mission accomplished. Our team is back, and now we can defend. Throw-in for Birmingham Legion, just a little bit over my head. Winning that header, though, out for a throw-in for them. Bruno Lapa quickly gets the ball. He sees Enzo Martinez making a run behind. Our entire back line is kind of sleeping right here. It's a great run from Enzo. He gets the ball in. Leland actually does a good recovery run, but here we just drop a little bit too deep, not following the runner, worried about the runner, kind of more worried about the space. It falls right to Kasim, and Kasim first time with the left foot into that far post, and then it's up. They're up 1-0, and this is what's so hard at the professional level. Just giving a player that much space, that just a little bit extra time to pick up his head in the box, and then it's a goal, and you're down 1-0. But it's a great finish from Kasim. Just our entire back line sleeping there, not following that runner after the throw-in, taking that play off, and then just dropping a little bit too deep there into the 6 versus just following and worrying about the man, because that's who can score. Space can't score, but the man can score. But anyway, that was the first goal of the game. Next, a little good combination here between our midfielder. Morrow now opening up. You can see this is my winger, Marlon. I have tons of space to drive forward, so I'm going to sprint up into this space. I'm calling for the ball here. The ball is going to pop out perfect. You can see we have runners. We have 1-2 runners here. I'm trying to aim for this space right here between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box, and I just overhit it. Just overcooked that a little bit too much. Bad cross towards the back post. Just needed to reel that in a little bit, but a good idea. Next play here, ball is going to come right into Asedu, the midfielder. He has time to turn and pick up his head. I'm leaving my back line because Marlon wants this ball to feet now, and I want to make it difficult for him to turn. Ball goes right into Marlon as I thought, and now I'm getting right up on his back so he can't just turn and drive at me. I'm forcing this ball back. I want him to play backwards or sideways. He does exactly that, plays backwards, and then now I get back into my position because I don't want to follow Marlon all the way to the opposite side of the field. Our left side can deal with that. I'm getting back into my defensive position for this. So now the ball is going to go out to the corner flag. Their left back is making a run. Immediately, I'm seeing Augie Williams, our right mid, kind of track this. So I can stay inside and worry about Enzo, worry about the space in here because Augie's 1v1 with their left back right now. So I'm going to come out a little bit just to provide a little bit of support, but Augie does a great job to win that ball. And then as soon as he does, and he's trapped in the corner, I'm dropping right down to the end line so he can play that ball to me, and I can be that outlet pass, and I can relieve the pressure and play out of it, try to find Mauro Cicero up top, but just miss him there. Here's a free kick for Birmingham Legion. They play it right in between me and Pat and Leland. It's kind of an awkward move here. I think I can get it, so I'm yelling at Pat, my center back. I got it. Matt's ball, Matt's ball. I'm going to win this, head it back into the center. A little dangerous, but we were very disorganized in the back at that moment. Now, on this play, I'm very high up the field trying to apply pressure, but this does lead to some counterattacks like this. Kassim brings down the ball. Marlon sees all this green pasture in front of him. He's going to fly forward. I'm checking my shoulder and watching him, and then I'm just going to try to recovery run straight back to my goal and try to delay and slow this down as best I can. Here, I'm being patient. The ball's right under Marlon's foot. If I take one step in, he's going to fly by me, and it's going to be a goal. So I'm just going to be just jockeying, and as soon as he takes that big touch, I put my arm across him, slow him down a little bit, make contact, and I'm going to slide and try to basically block this pass instead of go for the tackle. And it works out exactly as I planned. Comes off me for the corner kick, but it's good. I'm fine with that. Here is the replay again. You can see just how I'm being patient. As soon as he takes that touch, hand across the body, sliding down and making that play. Birmingham Legion with tons of time here. Dean has time to just pick up his head and play the ball in behind. Now I'm just going to step in front of this fullback here, making that run, and I'm first looking back to my goalkeeper if I can play it back to him and he can clear it up. But with the ball bouncing, with the fullback right on my back, I'm just not comfortable with that. So I'm going to take my touch to the line, and then I'm going to try to kick the ball off of him for our throw-in. I end up missing him, but it's a good idea, and I think that was the right decision at that moment because I think if I played back to Hugo, it just had to be perfect for it to work out. I'm always asking myself, what's the risk versus the reward? And the risk there was much greater than the reward of it paying off and of it working out. Once again, Van Okel with the ball is going to roll out in front of him and then place a long kick over to my side. This is what happens when you don't check your shoulder. I didn't see Marlon make this movement inside, and I should have just headed this back to Hugo. I think the risk versus reward there was worth it to head it back, but didn't see that, and that was my mistake. It's not the end of the world, but it could have been better there. Here, I'm aiming for this spot. It's a long free kick, but I'm trying to find Pat Hogan or Morrow's head just over them. End up not the best kick behind them, but it's out for our throw-in in our final third, which works out. Now ball in behind, me and Pat are on a collision course right here. He's calling for it. He's saying, mine. He is seeing everything. So I'm just going to push Marlon and just kind of body him out of that way so Pat can have that ball. But end up losing that ball there and then counterattack, fast break back. And then just checking my shoulder, looking where Marlon is. What run is he making? He's going in front of me. Is he going behind me? Is he sprinting? Is he holding back? Just following him and seeing what Marlon's doing. Checking the shoulder again. He's making the run over my right shoulder. So I'm going to step inside now. You can see he's making this run. I'm going to step a little bit to my right and not foul him. You don't want to foul him here, but I'm just delaying that run, just blocking him, impeding that movement so he can't have an easy access straight into the box. But Leland does a great job 1v1 defensively out there and kicks it out for a throw-in. Hugo Farreau now with the goal kick. Ball's going to come right down to me. I want to play this ball into Booth right here, just kind of pop it up with my left foot. I completely mishit it. Did not intend for that to happen. And then a dangerous play. That was a kind of a dumb touch there, a missed touch. And then here, I cannot step out to Marlon. If I do, he's going to play end zone behind. So it's just delaying as much as I can. And then Augie comes back and actually earns a yellow card for that tackle. Now, this play is huge, so crucial if you're a fullback. So right now I'm right here. I'm looking across the line, trying to set my line and see where I should be. And this is something that you have to do. So as soon as Leland steps up, and now I'm the deepest one back, I have to step up with him. As a fullback, you're the one who sets the line, looking across everything. So you never want to be the deepest one, keeping people onside. So I'm going to step up, and I do this just in the nick of time because I make this movement. I step up. Here's the point of contact on the ball with Dean playing Enzo Martinez in behind, and it's a great ball. And if I were just one step, two steps, and I wasn't as ready to step there, it would have been onside and possibly a goal. So just very important to do as a fullback or any defensive player. Now this play, I got lucky, to be 100% honest. So Asidu makes a great turn. He's coming this way. I'm checking my shoulder again, checking Marlon, my winger, where he's going. He starts to come inside now, and then I start to get high and wide on him. But as I'm doing this, the fullback is making a great run. And if Marlon would have just hit this ball, with the outside of his right foot to him, we would have been done for. So I got lucky that Marlon didn't do that, and he kind of took a couple extra touches, and then our team is able to collect that ball. But as soon as I see that fullback making that overlapping run, I need to drop off Marlon and be prepared for that. And then here, Tristan's going to play me the ball. I'm in a good pocket of space right here, and as he's doing that, as that ball is coming in, I'm going to check my shoulder. I see Marlon flying in at me. I cannot turn here. If I turn, I'm going to lose the ball. So I'm going to play this the way I'm facing. I'm going to take a clean touch, bring it down, and play into Leland, who one time plays it out to Augie. That's a great play to relieve the pressure there. And then a switching ball from Augie all the way out to Perez. On this play, the ball is coming back to my center back, so I'm checking my shoulder. I'm dropping and getting low and wide to kind of create a passing angle for him. But I'm also checking my shoulder just to see where my winger's at, where the space is. The ball's going to come in tomorrow now. Since I've already checked my shoulder, I know there's tons of space here. I'm doing an overlapping run here, trying to make this fullback decide whether either to step tomorrow or if he's going to come out and defend me. The ball comes out to me now, and then here, this is where I make a mistake. I should just pass it right here. Just dink it over here for Andrew Booth in this space right here, and then it's 3v3. I decided to try to do a step over and cut inside, and then Marlon has a good defensive play and kicks the ball out on me. Next, our center mids have the ball here opening up and play into Mauro Sacchero. And then as you can see, just looking, there's this pocket of space right here. So I'm going to flood into this space to create a passing angle because Marlon's kind of blocking this angle wide. I'm going to receive it in the middle. And then I'm going to take a couple touches here. You can see that this guy's already starting to come over a little bit. I'm going to take a touch, just slow down a little bit, open up. I could play Jabel Perez here, but this defender's body position is kind of cutting that off. So instead, I'm going to feed it into Augie Williams, who's kind of just popping wide right here. It's a little bit behind him, but he does well, crosses it in, and then it goes all the way to the back post for Aiden Apodaca. And honestly, like the unsung hero of this goal was Jabel Perez, his run that basically caused all that chaos inside the box. So you'll see it on the replay, but he won't get credited with the goal or assist or anything, but he's the reason why this play worked out. So you can see great cross from Augie in there, but Jabel running near post, bringing that defender, not allowing the goalkeeper to come out for that ball. It's the reason why Aiden was able to get a tap in that back post. So anyway, now we tied things up first half. Great sequence of play, great build-up play from us, and just a great response to Birmingham's first goal. Now we have a corner kick here. It's going to get cleared out by Birmingham. It's going to come right to Tristan Weber. He's going to lay it off to me, and then this is where you have to be careful. I'm the last man back, and I'm going to try to pop this ball forward, but not so much the keeper can just come out and collect it. Try to go for the back post a little bit onto that left side, but just was unable to find somebody. And then free kick, kind of deep and wide. I don't get enough on that free kick at all, but I follow up that rebound as it's bounced out. And then now checking my shoulder, trying to find the run, seeing if I can whip this ball early in with the right foot to runners. However, as you're going to see in this next angle, Marlon does a great job to close it down. He's blocking off my right foot. I cut back on my left foot, pick up my head again. I can see 3 guys right in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box. So I'm just going to, with my left foot, just try to pop that into that area a little bit behind the players, but still good to get the cross off there. Another goal kick from Birmingham, just getting up and battling with Marlon dos Santos again, and then we do a good job just to recover the ball here. Header goes over my head now. Marlon is bringing this down. I'm just watching him. I'm fixated on Marlon. I know that I'm in a bad position to try to win that header. As Marlon takes the touch, again, focused on Marlon, if he's going to try to run outside or inside from me, because now I'm just going to try to obstruct his run without fouling him, get in front of him, and then when I feel contact in the back, I honestly 100% embellish this and go down. But it's a good job. I put my body between him and the ball, and then when I feel contact and him do that swim move over me, I kind of just go down and get the foul called. It is soft, but I mean, if I were just to keep on fighting, Marlon would have been through, and he would have had a great chance on goal there. Next play now, Morrow is just kind of defending here. The ball's going to pop over my head. You could see both Joe Schmidt here and me telling me, Leland, time. There's nobody behind you. Take a touch and let's build here. Let's possess this ball. Leland's going to take the touch down. And then this is the importance of triangles. So you can see Marlon starts to advance here. I am not in a good passing angle now, so I'm going to take a couple steps to my right and open up and now create a triangle so that I can pass back to Joe. I can play back to Leland. We have the triangle here, and then Booth is also making a triangle here between me and Joe. So I can receive it, open up, turn. I start to see a lane down this right side, and I start to explode. Now, however, this touch is bad right here. I'm trying to go cut in front of Isidu, but since I didn't have the best touch, he's running here. I'm trying to whip it in, but it's not the best placement, not the best setup for this. So I get in front of the ball. I can feel him coming in really hard. So I was going to place my body again in front of the ball, in between the ball and him. When I feel that contact, go down and earn a free kick because I didn't set myself up for a good cross with that touch, and it should be more in front of Isidu. So you can see him kind of crashing in there, feel the contact, get the foul called, and now we're in a great position to have a free kick to score here. Now James, the left back from Birmingham Legion, with the throw-in, drops right into Prosper Kasim, my winger, and I'm just kind of battling with him, getting tight on his back. I get called for the foul. I kind of was grabbing him, so fair enough with that. And then next play, Augie Williams pressuring out James. I start to come and step out to Kasim, the winger who switched with Marlon. And then as soon as he takes that touch that just escapes him a little bit, that's where you stop being patient and jump in and try to win the tackle there. So I jump in, step in, win that, goes right to Sachero, but just unable to complete that next pass there. Next, long switching ball, once again out to my side. This is Bruno Lapa now, just defending him. I overrun this a little bit. You can see my body position. I'm not in a good spot right now. I should be another yard or two this way because he's cutting back on his right foot. It's a little bit too easy for that ball to get in there, but we do a good job to defend this and collect that. And then final play of the first half, throw in for Birmingham Legion. Ball just pops up right to Pat. He heads it out, and then the ref blows the whistle for halftime. So 1-1 to start the first half, or to end the first half. I don't know why I said start the first half. But a good performance, I'd say, from us. We slept on one play, and Birmingham Legion took advantage of that. But I think overall, I think for this half, I think we did really well. I think this is one of our best halves so far this season. So I was pretty happy with that, despite even letting up a goal. And as you can see from the match stats, pretty even for the most part. We're a little bit lacking on shots, one shot less on a shot on target. Possessions, pretty even. But overall, a decent half. And then here's the start of the second half. Now we're going to start with the kick. And we play all the way back to Leland, the center back, and then get up and try to play into this far right side for us. Do a good job to collect it down, but just can't maintain the possession at the very end. Then another goal kick over to my side against me and Marlon, winning that header and just pushing up. And another good sequence from us, winning the second ball, the third ball there, but just unlucky on that final run. And then once again, ball comes into Marlon, and I'm just tight against him, making it very difficult for him to bring down this ball, so we can't just bring it down, turn, and attack the goal. But a little bit too tight there, get called for the foul, holding him again, and it's the free kick for Birmingham. And then cross into the back post. I didn't check my shoulder again here, but my teammates, my center backs, and my goalkeeper are saying, leave it, leave it, leave it. So fantastic communication from them. I duck out of it, and then it's out for a goal kick. So great talk from them, but I should check my shoulder earlier and just be able to see that for myself. Throw-in from us up in the final third. Ball's going to pop back to me. Tons of time now. As you can see, we're basically 3v2 here, 3v3 on the back post. So I'm going to try to deliver this ball here. So I'm just going to deliver that. I think that's a good ball in. Right, maybe a little bit deep, but I think that's a good spot to try to win that. Unfortunately, nothing really comes out of it. And then another goal kick from Van Oekel, just jumping up, and this time Marlon actually gets over me, but his elbow kind of clocks me in the mouth, in the jaw, and that was pretty painful. I talk about embellishing, but this one hurt right across the face. So Marlon got the yellow card for that. I don't think it was malicious at all. I don't think he was trying to elbow me. I think he just got up earlier, jumped up earlier, and then with his arms to get power, the elbow came flaring out and hit me across the jaw. Fast break for Birmingham now. I'm recovering inside. I want this ball to go wide, so I'm just going to over-exaggerate coming inside so that the only option is now to play wide to Marlon. It's a little bit more predictable now. He comes in, but then has a fantastic shot. I could be a little bit tighter there, but honestly, he hit that pretty well. Here's a replay of the shot, just knuckled all the way over to the far post. Hugo, our goalkeeper, makes a good save, kind of parries that wide, so it's a good play. Now ball comes into Marlon. He's tight against the line. I'm going to start to pressure him here. This is a good spot to trap him and try to just make it difficult. So again, he can't just turn and dribble at me. He's going to receive the ball in, drives inside, has a good play, and then dropping off here. And now as the fullback is making a run down the line, I'm telling my winger to tuck inside and watch Marlon. I'll take the overlapping runner. This is now my responsibility. So the ball goes wide. I run up to get it. I was going to just fly through this and kick it, but I just thought it was going to be a dangerous play. I didn't want to get a yellow card here, so I let it drop. I don't know if that was the right decision or not. I might have just been able to take the yellow there, and maybe he would have backed out of it, but decided to let the ball drop and then defend there, and it's out for a corner kick. Another fast break from Birmingham Legion, checking my shoulder to see where Marlon is right now, but again, tucking inside more because with this, it's 5v4 right now. And so it's dangerous. So we do a good job, the three of us, even the four of us here, to make it very predictable, get tight inside, deny central penetration, and then go wide. And then as Marlon has that bad touch that escapes him, stepping in and kicking the ball out for a corner kick. So I think for the four of us there, we defended that really well. Corner kick for Birmingham Legion. Farrow, our goalkeeper, misses it. And then so here we're disorganized. I'm just going to head this ball out for a corner kick again, just because if I had this back inside the box anywhere, with our goalkeeper being out and missing that, it's just a good decision there to just reset everything. Long ball from the goalkeeper. I once again am getting tight against Marlon, making it difficult for him and just giving him like a light bump, just enough to knock him off balance, but not enough where it's going to be a foul. I received the ball again. You can see this guy starting to fly in, Enzo Martinez starting to fly in against me. So I'm going to take my touch this way, inside away from that, open up and play into Jabel Perez, but we can't connect that pass once again. Long ball from our goalkeeper Farrow, winning that second ball, bringing it down, and Marlon, again, out of the corner of my eyes, flying into this. And I know that the touch is kind of already a little bit too inside here, so I'm just going to kind of step in with my left leg so that he has to go through me in order to get to the ball. And he does exactly that. He goes through me, he doesn't touch the ball, and then the ref blows the whistle for a foul against Marlon. And if I wouldn't have taken that step, Marlon would have came in there, stole the ball, and it would have been a turnover. But you can see here, right here, I'm going to receive that ball. It's not the best touch, but I'm stepping in with this left leg to really just use my body and block Marlon from stepping in. So he either has to stop or he has to go through me in order to get that. So just being smart with that, with the body, but obviously I should have the better first touch there in the first place. Here's a long distance free kick from me again. I think that's a good ball in. Find Hogan's head, but Pat can't find the frame there. It's a tough one, though, to flick that on. Another goal kick from Van Oekel to me and Marlon, just battling, winning that header, and then we do a good job to win the second ball, but the third ball falls right to Asidu. And then now building from this side, turn over the ball. Kasim has a long switching pass over to Marlon, recovering now, kind of a 3v3, but Augie's recovering pretty well here. So I'm just going to stay in my line and try to delay as much as possible for my team to get back now. So Marlon's driving forward, slowing up, being as patient as I can, waiting for that big touch, waiting for that bad touch if there is one, and just being patient not to lunge in here, because as soon as I do, Marlon's going to beat me. Takes the big touch down the line. It's a little heavy. And then with that slide there, as I'm sliding, I'm not going to touch the ball. It's just a slide to block it if he can get there and cross the ball in. So you'll see on the slow motion, but this whole slide there is just to block it if he can get there, because I don't want to get a touch there and have it be an unnecessary corner kick. So I'm just sliding right next to it just to block it if he does is able to get that across. The ball boy kind of gets smacked in the face back there. His face is funny, but another good defensive play. Here is yet another counterattack for Birmingham Legion. Kasim drives inside and then just hits an absolute rocket to the far post, which is pretty, I would say it's unsavable, to be honest. The only thing, I mean, in the first place to stop this goal, we just have to prevent the turnover that happens up the field. And then because now we get countered, a little bit out of position in some areas. Maybe one of the center backs could step a little bit earlier, but I think they both did a good job to step right when he got around the 18-yard box. It's just a great goal, to be honest. Now, kickoff. We received the ball. I'm just opening up. I'm kind of calling for it, checking my shoulder just to see, because I have tons of time here. They're only sending Juan Agudelo right now, so there's tons of space. I'm going to take my touch forward, look forward, play into Augie Williams, and then drop off to create an angle. It's a great sequence right here from our attacking players, and then we earn a throw in for ourselves. Andrew Booth with the cross in, bounces right out to me. I'm 1v1 against a Sadu right on top of the box. I'm going to take my touch, dip my shoulder and take my touch to the right, and then try to get a shot. I don't know how that wasn't a foul. I thought that he just completely barreled through my plant leg, or at the very least a corner kick if he didn't foul me, but you just move on. Ball comes out, now 1v1 against Marlon. Immediately here, I want to go this way to my right foot, but Marlon knows me, and he's kind of preventing that. So I'm going to cut inside, attack his front leg into that space, get a little bit lucky with that touch, and then pick up my head, and I see 5 players right in the box. So what I want to do now with the left foot is try to beat those defenders, get over that first guy. I think that's a great ball into Augie, and he tries to bring it down and volley it into the goal there. I think he should have headed it, but hindsight's always 20/20 there. It's a good effort, but unlucky not to get another goal there. And then receiving the ball in my own 18, some pressure. I'm going to try to hook this ball down the line into Augie Williams here, the winger. And it's a decent kick. Just didn't hook it quite enough just to go out, but I think that's safe. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Deep free kick here. I want one of my players to check. A little hand gesture, just getting him to check in. Ball's a little bit behind me there. It's okay. Just play back to Leland, expecting the switch all the way through. But here I get in a great position. He recognizes that, plays my front foot now. I'm checking my shoulder just to see what I have. A little bit of pressure, but opening up my hips and then trying to find E.J. Johnson in behind, but gets unlucky with the handball call there. Birmingham Legion doing a good sequence, a good attack here. And then I'm just kind of looking at Marlon, checking my shoulder to see if he's making a back post run, if he's going to cut in front of me, just keeping tabs on him. It's a great cross in, but just winning that. I should try to head that a little bit harder, a little bit farther, but Mauro does a good job to use his body and earn the foul there. And then 88th minute now, clipping the ball into the box. I don't know if Shaq thought that was a further over than his head than it was. Maybe it wasn't the best cross in, but it's all good. And then here now, 89th minute, little bit of a fast break again, kind of 3v3, but Augie's doing a great job to recover. I'm just inside again, trying to force this ball wide. We don't want them to penetrate inside. We want the ball to go around us, especially when we're numbers down. So now in an ideal world, I'd have Augie step here and I can take this player over here, but Augie sags back. So I step up now and to Asidu. And then I kind of just pressure him here. And then as that ball is going wide, I'm seeing Augie start to step out. So now instead of stepping out here and leaving a man open over here, I'm just going to track back and get him. Pat sees this guy. He starts to shift over, but now I'm telling Pat, stay on Agudelo. I'll come over and get Enzo Martinez here. So now he can stay, and now we're in a good good positioning. We're all sorted out again. Touch was a little heavy there, but it was a good organization, even though it was a little chaotic at times. Now, throwing for Birmingham Legion, the ball is going to go up. Immediately as I'm jumping up, I'm thinking, okay, head this out. But I now decide it's a little low, so I can chest this down and then kick the ball a lot farther than I can head it. But get fouled from Horvitz and earn a free kick back there. So now it's like we got to rush now, last couple seconds of the game. Ball comes into me off the throw-in. Ideally, I'd have Dom drop here to create the triangle because he's not in the best best angle, but it's the 95th minute now. Legs are probably dead. Trying to build out through this, lose the ball, and then referee blows the whistle for full time. So we end up losing 2-1 against Birmingham Legion. It's a tough game. Again, like I said, I thought we did really well at times. I thought the score, it was a tough score line from us, but I think it was well deserved from Birmingham Legion. And overall, I was really happy with how I played, both offensively and defensively. And it was fun to go up against Marlon Dos Santos again, one of my good friends and old teammates from FC Tulsa. So yeah, but as always, tough loss on the road and a hard-fought battle. Here are the match stats from the game. Pretty even for the most part. I'd say possession and shots. Birmingham Legion was a lot more clinical than us because they got half of their shots on target while we only got 3 out of our 14 shots, but everything else pretty even for the most part. But yeah, happy to get man of the match from my team for this game. It was great to have my first game as captain in the USL. So a couple cool things that happened in this game for sure. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy the video, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, guys, peace.